What's going on? What's going on? Going on. So we back playing this team one more time. One more time. Now, I guess I can say that I can start off with some good news and some bad news. The good news is they're not at full strength. The bad news is even with them not being at full strength, I don't know if the Cowboys have the mentality to be able to take advantage of them being shorthanded. Now, I can tell you this. This is the best opportunity the Cowboys have had in recent years, right? The last, maybe 3 years? This is the best opportunity that they have to beat these cats. And how you going to do it is how the Cardinals did it, how the Chiefs did it, by having your quarterback step up and make some plays and your defense playing physical. Now, the last time we seen these individuals, they embarrassed you. Now, this seems like a mental hurdle that the Cowboys is going to have to get over. It ain't like how it was then, but I'll just be honest with like the way that now look, like I said, I'm not sitting over there getting ready to give you guys some hope that the season is going to be turned around if they was to get this win, because it's not. They're still not talented enough. But if the Cowboys was to get this win, like I said, Zim could have a big part in it. Can have a big part in it. Now, let's get straight into this, y'all. We're going to start with the 49ers offense. I didn't get to look at it today, but I've been kind of keeping up with it because I did take a little peek, not only in the film, I watched the live copy too. But the key players for the 49ers is Jordan Mason. I think it looked like Debo's probably going to be out because I seen he had pneumonia and he just got out the hospital like the other day. So I highly doubt that he's going to play. But if he do, that can change things around. But I don't think he will play. But you just never know. Kittle got a sprained foot. So I will put him there, but I'm iffy on him in regards to if he's going to play, right? So if Debo and Kittle misses, then that really just leaves Mason and maybe Jennings if he plays, and hopefully starting a rookie wide receiver that's going to be his second game back to try to make plays. And that's what I mean by this is the best opportunity that the Dallas Cowboys have into beating them. And it's sad that it comes on terms of them not being fully healthy. I'll just be candid with you. I don't like the 49ers at all. I don't. I've been getting calls all week. The only thing that kind of gets me a little bit different on how I'm seeing it is just that they so banged up. And you would think that the Dallas Cowboys would be able to take advantage of the 49ers. But like I said, with that soft ass mentality that the Dallas Cowboys have, I don't know if they can really be up to the task. I guess it's just a wait and see type of thing. So key matchups will be if Kittle plays the safeties versus Kittle and containing Mason. And I don't know if Trent. I know Trent Williams threw that punch, but I ain't seen nothing about no potential suspension, so it look like he's in. So Trent Williams versus anybody. I guess it really don't matter, seeing how your top pass rushers are out. So, you know, a lot of heat is going to have to be brought. This is most likely probably going to be a little ugly game, but a winnable game. So let's get into it. So one thing that the Dallas Cowboys must do, like we already know, and it's pretty much been the case for quite some time now, including this year, is we're gonna have to dominate the line of scrimmage. We're gonna have to contain the run game. It'll be ideal to make Purdy throw 35 plus times. There is barbecue chicken from center to right tackle. Is barbecue chicken. Dominique Puny, we familiar with him when he came out in the draft and we did a scouting report on him. We familiar with him. Although he may have some athleticism for the position, he's not a strong player. And it shows up in the tape that I watched. And it showed up in the tape when we watched him in college. I believe it was Kansas, if I'm not mistaken. The Kansas tackle turned guard. So, with all this being the case, does the Cowboys take advantage of this situation? Right? So, one thing we probably can bank on, since they're missing so many weapons, is the usage of that fullback that they got. Kyle Usage, if I'm saying his name right, I'm pretty sure that he's going to get some carries. I'm pretty sure that he's going to get some targets out the backfield. I'm pretty sure of that. But Zimmer going to have to bring the heat, because one thing that I've seen, I don't think Purdy can handle the heat. He does have mobility to his game. He does have scramble mobility to his game. But I think if Zim can get pressure, if Zim can bring that heat and it gets home, I think that's going to fluster him. I honestly do. So, of course, with a Kyle Shanahan team, you can expect to see a lot of eye candy and seeing how, it's been improved, but it has been a weakness still, and only improved because we're missing a couple of them players that were a problem for the edge. But I would take it that the 49ers would still probably try to attack the edge and see where they got, or they'll most likely attack Mozzie Smith, seeing that Jordan Mason is a better downhill running back. They give him a lot of tosses and he going upfield. He's at his best when he's going north and south. One thing, like I said, if Kittle does play, when they started getting banged up, I did see that they, even though they always have him in motion, right, little reverse motion, they had him at the backfield, and there was one play in particular that comes in mind when they motioned him in the out the backfield, and he ran a little wheel route, and it hit home, right. So I would take it that I would think that even though they're going to give a lot of eye candy, I would think that they will try to condense the playbook, seeing that they don't have their playmakers available. I would think that they would try, because Ayuk is out for the season. But I was never big on. I like, to be honest with you, I was never really big on them players, but they go for the system. So with Ayuk being out for the season, Debo having pneumonia, Kittle having a sprained foot, I would I would think that they would try to most condense the playbook some. Still give you your eye candy, seeing that we have seeing that we have two first time backers on the field this year, and we have a linebacker who is a vet, but is mainly a between a tackle linebacker, and he's a linebacker that has lost a couple steps. So I would take it that they would try to go ahead and give him eye candy and try to stretch us out a little bit and see how we respond to that. To be honest with you, I think. Well, not think. I know. Make Purdy throw into tight windows. I seen Carson had a full practice. Bland was supposed to be back, but then I seen he had a DNP for whatever the reason could be. Is it a setback or what was going on? So I'm not too sure about that. I'm gonna have to go look at the site after this and kind of get a catch up on that. But make Purdy throw in the tight windows. I don't think he can do that consistently. I don't. I don't think he can. If the Dallas Cowboys can be physical, it'll be nice if they can win first down. Because if we have them going second and long, third and long, you have an opportunity to get them off the field and get them 3 and outs. Because I don't think Purdy does well being behind the chains, being behind in the down. I don't think he does well. I think he does better when you got a 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, 3rd and 2. That's when he's at his best. But when you start putting him in the long situations, you'll start seeing some errors, some forced throws. His weaknesses start to come out. Him being out of that witness protection program is going to come into fruition. When I seen the heat was brought, I didn't see that Purdy had any pocket presence. But we've been singing the same tune these past couple years with him being at quarterback. So it ain't nothing new that you ain't already heard me say. For those of y'all who've been rocking with me, I think it's also essential when we in them hopes to win first down that you're able to take away that play action. If they could take away that money, that play action, man, that's going to be sweat off their eyebrows. I think that'll be a easier time for the Dallas Cowboys. But regardless, you would think, right? If this team is so good, so people keep trying to say, this should be easy money for the Cowboys if we're so good. But I just have my doubts. Like when you look at a team like the banged up the way that they are, you be like, yeah, this is easy money. This should be this should be a win, especially when you win against the Browns and Steelers. This should be a win for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm being honest with y'all. This should be a win for the Dallas Cowboys. But the only way it's going to be a win if the Dallas Cowboys play physical and Dak Prescott stop playing like a sucker. That's the only way you're going to win this game. The 49ers do have kicker problems. I believe they got 2 kickers that's hurt. So I believe they're on their 3rd kicker. One thing that you can bank on is some of the routes that the 49ers will run, and they will run option routes. They will run a lot of in-breaking routes. They will run some wheel routes. They will hit you with a double move. Right. They'll run some stack form. They'll run some clear out routes. So you can expect that. But in a lot of the formations that I've seen, right, were 11, 12 personnel, 22 personnel, and some 10 personnel from time to time. But especially if Kittle comes, they will be getting ready. They're going to use them 2 tight ends especially if Kittle's available. They're gonna try to trap you. That's for sure. They seen that the Dallas Cowboys also have a weakness against that crack toss. So I would expect that too. I would expect for them to go downhill and simplify it and test Mozzie because he's shown that he's soft. When you get him against physical linemen or talented linemen, he folds like a lawn chair. So I would expect that. Yes, I would. This team just gonna have to fight, y'all. When it's all said and done, this team just gonna have to fight. Let's look at the defense. Key players: Fred Warner, of course, and Nick Bosa. I know they're dealing with some injuries also in that defense. Ain't nothing really spectacular what they got going on. They just play with a little bit more physicality than most teams. That's what keeps them in the game. So the key matchups though would be Bosa versus them tackles, Steele and Guyton. And yes, I do want Guyton to play. And if Guyton is ready, Guyton needs to play left tackle, especially for this game. I'd rather deal with the bumps and bruises of Guyton at tackle, especially for this game. Because even though Tyler Smith played with some power and he plays solid, you can see the error. You can see that he's not a left tackle, as we've been saying. Now, granted, Tyler Smith in the past, when he was at tackle, has been whooping Nick Bosa ass. I remember as a rookie, as we all knew, he dogged him out because one thing Nick Bosa is, he's a power player. He's not a speed player. He's a power player. And Tyler Smith, and you're not about to bull rush Tyler Smith. You're not about to just outpower him. You may be able to catch him a couple times, maybe on the edge at tackle, but I don't think that you're able to do it at guard. Yeah, Tyler Guyton is struggling with the power, but I'd rather take that, and I'm going to tell you why. Because one thing that I've seen is the Dallas Cowboys need to run the ball and stick with the run game. The Chiefs had a little bit tough time sledding, and the Cardinals had a tough time running the rock, but they stuck with it. And one thing that I've seen that you can do, especially I think is the name is 91, 92, Jordan Elliott, man, you could wall him off. You could wash him down and he gets snaps. I see Malik Collins. We know about him. You can give him the business too. He can get it too. The D tackle's not really that strong. They missing the hell out of Kinlaw. Now, granted, they still, like, as a team, as a unit, they is playing physical. I'm not gonna sit over there because I seen that, they was playing strong, especially in the interior at the line of scrimmage. But there's opportunities, especially like I like to see Mike McCarthy, try to, run his fair share of traps, run his wham blocking up the middle, and let's get Tyler Smith on Fred Warner, because if Mike McCarthy can get Tyler Smith in the interior on Fred Warner's not getting off that block. Fred Warner is at his best when he's free. But if you get him on the second level, Fred Warner not getting off that block. I want to lean on him. Lean on me. I want to lean on him. I know they got Devondre Campbell, if I'm not mistaken. But also, Leonard Floyd, in regards to the key matchups versus the tackles, CD versus their corners, which is barbecue chicken. Fred Warner against Dak Prescott. Oh, and I must say this. Let me backtrack a little bit because I forgot to make this point on the offense. It's essential for the Cowboys defense to play and compete throughout the catch, because one thing that I have seen is that the 49ers is weak at the point of contact, you're able to still fight and get that ball out. They're weak with their hands. If you continue to fight, that ball is going to come out. So that's also a point of emphasis that, I will hope that the Zimmer will put down on them corners, especially for Jordan Lewis, because I know Jordan Lewis can do that and do that well against his 49ers team. But CD got barbecue chicken all day, especially one-on-one. Of course, the game plan is going to be for Dak Prescott to beat them. Of course, we already know that. That's the game plan for any team that got some playoff pedigree. They want Dak Prescott to beat him because time and time again, he shows that he can't. But your interior line is going to have to win. They're going to have to win, and it'll be nice, like I said, to stick with the run game. Now, one thing that I did see that gave the 49ers fit, especially against the Chiefs, was them end rounds. I believe Miko Hardman scored, and they had a couple more that they had popped for some decent game. I think one with Worthy. So I'm thinking that with Turpin. Let's use that with Turpin. Let's use Turpin speed. The post, Turpin, let's open it up. Turpin on the post route, I think could be there this game. Remember that I said that. I think Turpin, if Mike McCarthy get Turpin on them end of rounds, and I think Turpin can get him a big chunk play this game, if not a score on a post play against the 49ers. A post route, I mean. Right? So one thing that I did see, as I mentioned earlier in the live, was that part of the reason why the Chiefs won and the Cardinals beat the Niners was that they had quarterbacks that made plays. And the most important thing was that they made plays with their legs. Patty had a couple nice runs. Kyler Murray had a couple nice runs, and he took one to the crib for about 47 yards, I believe. I believe it was on a zone read. I say that to say this. As I mentioned, we know what Zim got to do, but also we know what Dak Prescott got to do. Dak Prescott got to make plays and make plays with his legs. And if you thinking that he just gonna be a sitting duck, it ain't gonna cut it. Now I did see that they had it where they was able to bring some heat on the edge a couple times. I did see where the linebackers was able to, well, that got kind of caught up, in the wash. And Connor with the Cardinals was able to kind of pop out a couple runs, right? But these boys gonna have to play. This is a J-Hop game, to be honest with you. J-Hop gonna have to step up. He gonna have to step up, right? I seen the tight end screen. I believe, yeah, the Chiefs ran it a couple times, if I'm not mistaken. But like I said, it's even though we wanted them to stick with the run, be physical, open it up some, Dak Prescott gonna have to make some plays. He's gonna have to show superior pocket mobility. He's gonna have to scramble. I want to see Dak Prescott have about at least 5 to 6 carries on that stat sheet. Couple him being improvising, a couple of being design runs. I ain't trying to hear none of that. That boy need to play. Shit, you got paid, man. Anybody caring? Even I was even hearing some Sean King was even talking about what I've been saying for quite some time. Dak Prescott, you're not a pocket quarterback. You're at your best when you're using your mobility. When you're able to run a little bit of play action. But Dak Prescott can help this team by using his legs, which can help open it up, because don't no team respect his legs. Sometimes he want to act like he gonna carry the fake out on a zone read. Bro, they don't respect that. They only be on him. So when he gonna keep it and just go? If you gonna play the quarterback position scary, you don't need to play the quarterback position at all. Terminator said, we ain't beating We ain't beating the Niners even with their backups. That's hey, the Terminator. That's sad because it's the best chance that they got. And the cool thing about it is the Dallas Cowboys should, but the the only thing that's holding them back is that they soft and their mentality is soft. And even with the Niners being who they are and being that they missing players, all they got to do is just out physical the team, and it might not be a blowout like it was with the Lions, but they can still beat your ass. Facts. Yep. I agree. I agree. Dak needs to be decisive this game. Decisive. Very decisive. Not that hesitation, that little pump fake, didn't want to throw the ball. He need to take care of the ball too. That boy need to take care of that ball, man. He for real need to take care of that ball. Oh, damn. I put it on the wrong page. But let me backtrack one more again. So when the 49ers was in 22 personnel against the Chiefs, they did a lot of slamming up the middle, but I would expect for them to go ahead and mix it up and probably hit you with a play action pass and probably throw it to the fullback, most likely. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they did that in the playoff game. So I wouldn't be surprised if they brought that back because on tape they got them on 22 personnel slamming it up the middle with Mason. So I would have think that they would probably assume that the Dallas Cowboys would think that it's going to be a run. So I would think here they'll hit them with some play action. So look for that too on 22 personnel with the 49ers. But moving back to the 49ers defense. Moving back to the 49ers defense. The Chiefs use their aggressiveness, the 49ers aggressiveness against them. And I think the Dallas Cowboys in this game, their money personnel probably should be 11. Probably should be 11. Schoonmaker will just be holding them space this game. Think their money personnel is 11 for this game. I think your explosive plays is going to come out of 11. But I will expect stunts, especially with Malik Collins against BB. I'm pretty sure they're going to test him there. Pretty sure they're going to test him. Damn. I'm just looking. I'm like, shit. I don't even need to say that because I know the Dallas Cowboys ain't gonna do what I put on the scouting thing. So I'm gonna skip that. But one thing I did see, right, and looking at the Cardinals game, and it's sad that Kyler Murray is doing it over our quarterback who's supposed to be better. So they say. I seen Kyler Murray take advantage of the numbers. And this is what I mean by him taking advantage of the numbers. So there was time, I think they had about 8 in the box. And you would think it'll be common sense for a quarterback to try his luck with a pass. Well, Kyler Murray did it, and it ended up being a chunk play. I say this to say this, even though we would think that that's so basic of a quarterback to do at times to play the numbers game, we don't have our quarterback who gets $60 million to play that type of game. He runs what the play is called, even if it's something that should be checked out. Right? And it's sad. Very sad. You know? Because like for instance, like even to creep back on the offense, like I would expect for the 49ers to test Trayvon Diggs in regards to the run, in regards to his tackling. Probably throw some little smoke screens out there because they know he's soft. Throw him a little smoke screen out there, man. They know he ain't gonna make the play. That's probably an easy 10 yards right there. You know, it's just little things like that of just reading tendencies and just playing the numbers at times. Like, okay, we got a light box, let's run it. Okay, the box is a little heavy, let's get out of it. You know, So like just being cerebral at the quarterback position in today's time, it look like that's so hard to ask. Like I see a lot of people keep talking about this evolution. No, that it's not an evolution. It's pretty much it's being dumbed down because the players is not good enough to execute, so you have to do more. They're not good enough at times anymore to even win one on one. You know, like I had to go watch some. Like I had a little bit of time the other day, man. I had to watch some old football. I'm like, damn, man. Look how he just, look how he just, man. He just went up to go get the football. Like the thing when I sit over there and posted on my community tab with Dez Bryant. Like this look, even with the corner being in his hip pocket, how he'll still trust him to go get it, and he gonna go get it. Sometimes you just gotta be like, hey, my player is better than your player. I'm gonna throw it up and we're gonna make a play. It's just something as simple as that. And if you trust CD to be that, then CD, you definitely need to have them type of opportunities, especially this game. Oh, most definitely backup running back is better than ours. Most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. Oh, facts. Oh yeah, we was talking about that earlier. How Tyler Smith need to be kicked back in. He's not a tackle. We've been saying that since the go. His best position is at guard. Now it's nice that he can fill in at tackle in a pinch, right? He's decent. We ain't got too much to worry about, but him being there the whole year, no, nah, that ain't gonna cut it. That ain't gonna cut it. But if Mike McCarthy is smart, this is gonna be also a Turpin game. This is gonna be a Turpin game. Damn, what is it? Oh yeah, man. I would say the Dallas Cowboys should establish the run game, but we ain't established the run game not one time. Maybe Pittsburgh. That's about it. But if they could, play action would be their best friend this game. Play action would definitely be their best friend this game. But other than that, I'm not even going to read some of the other stuff that I had in regards to it because I know the Dallas Cowboys ain't going to do it. It's just going to come back to what I said earlier. Zim going to have to call a very good game, and they're going to have to play physical. Both sides of the line of scrimmage going to have to play physical, and Dak going to have to step up and make plays. If you don't do that, it's going to be a L. But if you can do it, you got a potential for a victory. Now, let's play the numbers. As we talk about our quarterbacks should play the numbers and the percentages, let's talk about our numbers and percentages. When has Dak Prescott ever stood 10 toes and rose to the occasion? Never. So, as much as we see opportunity, we also have to be real and understand that unless this thing is rigged, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. The defense our defense with what they're missing can keep it from being a blowout. But will the offense take advantage of some of the opportunity? Will Dak Prescott not turn the ball over? Because if Dak Prescott get to turning the ball over, man, the thing could get ugly, even with the missing bodies. Now, we got to take this into consideration. To lose this game, see, we already knew the Dallas Cowboys really wasn't a talented football team. But to lose this game, we got to talk about the Dallas Cowboys getting into Carolina Panther territory. Scrub, really bottom tier scrub territory. Like you top three worst football team territory. If they was to lose this game, especially lose this game in a worse way, you got to put them in that type of territory. Like we already knew that the Dallas Cowboys wasn't no top team. They wasn't no talented team, right? We knew that they were trying to piece a team together. But if they lose this game, Jesus, Jesus, like this is like a layup to the Cowboys. But the Cowboys just don't have the team to be confident in to take advantage of an opportunity like this. Because this is an opportunity, but in what the 49ers do, you're not built to take advantage of the opportunity unless these boys just play so out of mind, so out of body. I don't know, man. To me, it's like I acknowledge the possibility that the Dallas Cowboys can get this dub with them being banged up, but then I also acknowledge I also acknowledge what we've been seeing the past 10 years with Dak. Somebody who don't rise to the occasion. And even the what, damn near almost 10 years? Yeah, pretty much 10 years with the defense. We've been soft as shit. So what we have, we've been seeing it time and time again. Different players, but the same core players, same results. Different coaches, same core players, same results. Who your core players? Dak Prescott, the so-called face of your franchise. The so-called face of your franchise doesn't come up and make plays in big time games. This is a game, right? If Dak Prescott was some hellified quarterback, this game is perfect for him to light up the 49ers because their secondary ain't that good. And they're missing some people. But their secondary has never been that good. And then they're missing players. So if you can't have a hellified performance against this defense, win or loss, then what we doing here? Like, on some real, and I'm being very serious. If Dak Prescott can't have a solid performance against this team with what they got going on, you should consider trading him right now. I don't give a damn about the numbers, no none of that. You should consider getting rid of him right now. Since they say a team would love to have him, well, shit, let somebody have him. Because the more and more you put him out there, the more and more these teams see how fraudulent he is. If you did decide to make a move, they ain't gonna rock with it. Unless they take advantage of some coach's advice that really likes Dak Prescott. Like you see people talk good about Dak Prescott. I don't see it. Does he do some good things at times? Yes. Is he a worst of the bunch when it comes to talent-wise? No. But as you can see, as we've been talking for quite some time, what good is talent if you soft? What good is talent if you weak-minded? So Dak Prescott's supposed to be this talented quarterback, but got a weak mind, and this is what you get. You see, football is bigger than X's and O's. Football is bigger than just getting talented people. You also got a desire, as folks would say, I want some dogs. That word shouldn't be used lightly. And when you talk about some dogs, you know them when you see them. I'm like, oh yeah, he wanted it once. He with it. That's what you need. That's what the Cowboys is missing. And if the Dallas Cowboys don't get this dub, you can point that to a huge reason right there. See, it ain't got nothing to do with no coaching. Right? Now, I will tell you, yeah, the coaching could be better on both sides. I'm not going to not acknowledge that because in some regard, it still it still falls on Mike McCarthy, and Mike McCarthy does have can be blamed, especially with some of the stuff that he allows to happen in his soft ass mentality. You see, the Detroit Lions took on the mentality and the personality of their coach, Dan Campbell. And if we're gonna say that these teams is taking on the personality of their coach, then the Dallas Cowboys is definitely taking on the mentality of their coach Mike McCarthy, of their so-called leader Dak Prescott, of their so-called leader on the defensive end Michael Parsons, Tank Lawrence, soft ass mentalities. Got to do what you got to do when you got to fight. This is a game where the Dallas Cowboys should be fighting. You coming out the bye week, you had 2 weeks to prepare, you had rest, you getting a couple bodies back. You got plenty of tape from the ass whoopings that you got from the past couple of weeks. So preparation, if preparation is a problem, then Mike McCarthy also needs to go with Dak Prescott this week. I said this week. When I say making a trade and making a move, I said this week. If Mike McCarthy doesn't prepare his team, he should be gone this week. If Dak Prescott can't make plays against his team, he should be gone this week. Talking to you guys. There's no reason. There's no reason to keep these individuals on this team. You might as well just go ahead and make it. Because Jerry Jones, we ain't gonna act like you ain't trying to play for next year anyway. So you might as well get a head start now. We ain't gonna act like you're not playing for next year or the year after that. Do I get why you did it? I think you probably looked at some of these college quarterbacks and you thought that Dak Prescott was better talent wise. That's probably one of the reasons why you probably thought that, because it was crazy. Soon as Shador put that performance up, you went on ahead and paid that boy. After you didn't have all this evidence that your quarterback can't perform in the biggest moments. See, I want a quarterback that perform in the biggest moments, regardless of the outcome that happened earlier. Just like I gave him grace against the Pittsburgh Steelers. You made the play when it needed to be made after you play horrible. I give you grace for that because I just need you to make plays when it count. I gave you grace for that. But you let yourself put up a bad performance this game. You won't get no type of grace, my boy. But all right, y'all, man. I just wanted to come through, man, and talk a little bit. Just a little bit. But all right, y'all. Till the next time, y'all. We gone.